Hello! Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everyone. Hello, Atho. Hello, Atare. Congratulations on your... You are. Oh. Yes, that is true. There is, in the next month or two, stream times will be changing, for the Americans, well, not for the Americans, for the non-Australians, for the Northern Hemispheres, as Australia leaves daylight saving and other people enter daylight saving. Also, Sanic, thank you so much for your 21 month resub. There we go, words. Thank you so much, as always. Curse is foiled by being the Americans again. Hi, Arcane, how you doing? Oh, Sanic fan, you've checked into the stream 67 times, huh? I hate 6-7 jokes. Like, they're barely funny. 69 is superior. 69 is the superior funny number. Beginning with 6. 2 more and then you can never check in again. Either that or like you can get all the way up to 420 check-ins. Then you can stop. I don't think there's a funny number after 420. Where am I at? I don't know. Hit your salutations. 63. Oh, you're getting there. You're getting there. You're closing in. Use your check-ins wisely. Arcane with the number 2. Yeah, true. You have to get to 6,969 check-ins. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. I had a really funny idea. 69,420. You know, that, no, yeah, that's the one. That's the one. That's the one. How many am I at? I don't check into my own stream unless, like, I have to. I'm at 28, yeah. That's only because of how much I've tested the... I never actually check in. I do it to test whether my redeems are working or not. I usually just go to that one first and foremost. Yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone has had a good weekend. I've had a really good weekend. Like, I don't know what happened this weekend, but like today I feel really rejuvenated. You know? I don't know what happened. But like my day at work was really good. I wasn't like overly tired. I woke up and got up at a good time. I wasn't late for anything. Like, things worked well today, and I'm like, I don't know why. I know, we love a pleasant day, and I'm hoping that stream is nice to me today, that the internet is nice to me today, and that things continue to be pleasant. Went to the gym earlier than usual today, so now I do not want to move, but for a good reason. Fair enough. Really had fun last night with mates. It was also tiring, so I think those two things have added up. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I think I didn't have a big weekend last weekend. Like, I played a whole lot of Overwatch, and I played a teensy bit of Valorant, and I did a good amount of reading, and I got really back into tarot reading again. I've decided to actually really practice my tarot reading, and I bought a new deck and everything, so at least while the hyperfixation lasts, I will try very hard to be actually dedicated to it. My family took me shopping for a birthday palooza. We went to a gluten-free bakery, so we had our pick of treats, and I thrifted a lightweight black trench coat and 2 new books. Oh my goodness, the haul! Nice job! I need a trench coat. I think I don't have one anymore. But what were the books? I'm currently back on my Warrior Cats bullshit. I'm reading Yellowfang's Secret, which is actually really interesting because in my entire reread of Warrior Cats, this is the first book that is actually a first time read. I have finally made it to the point of the rereads where I've made it to books I haven't actually read before. So that's interesting. It's all right so far. I'm not feeling it, but I'm only like 4, 5 chapters in. 6. I'm 6 chapters in. Sorry. So like it's not going to heat up yet, but hopefully soon, because Yellowfang is one of my favorite characters in the original series of Warrior Cats. So I'm excited to see stuff from like her perspective. I've been experimenting with an older format of Vanguard. Learning how the old stuff works now that I'm much better than I was is very, very fun. Is it confusing though? Like then you go back to your usual Vanguard and you're like, oh shit, that's not how this works anymore. I feel like if I went back to like learning old versions of things, for example, like Overwatch, I would go back to the new stuff and be like, I've lost it. I've lost my touch. I got the first Bridgerton book. Ooh, nice. Then some fantasy mystery book called The Hearth Witch's Guide to Magic and Murder. Yo, that sounds cool as hell. And the page edges are sprayed pink. Let me pull this up. That sounds fun as hell. I do like magic and I do like murder. Hearth Witch's Guide to Magic and Murder. I need to look this up. Oh, it's a series. Okay, this is like the first book in a series. My brain has gotten really good at compartmentalizing the differences. I see. Ooh. This is interesting. Okay, I'm gonna have to read into this more because this sounds really damn good. This sounds like a good book. It's a series, that's what it's telling me. That's what Goodreads is telling me. Yeah, I hope everyone, good weekend and happy birthday, of course. I hope you had a good birthday. I hope you had a good time showing off your new model. Looks amazing, by the way. For those who weren't a part of the last stream, we raided out to Arcane on her birthday / affiliate anniversary / subathon / re-debut as a VTuber. It was great. It was great. Okay, let me write this down. The Hearth Witch's Guide to Magic and Murder. There we go. I've put that in my book suggestions. I need to finish some stuff first before I get to new books, but I'll keep that one in mind. Bit of an everything stream. I said that so wrong. It'd be like that sometimes. I've played VG. Oh, sorry. A mate I've played VG with for years has been very gracious in letting me throw all the different decks I want to use at him and losing in about 5 different ways. I have 11 more to throw at him. That must be so fun though, because the way that I play games, especially like the way I play TCG, specifically Pokemon TCG Pocket, I use one deck. Because it's like the one deck that I kind of came up with myself, and I feel very proud of it. Like, I use other decks when I have to do like the NPC battles. They're not really NPC battles because there's no NPCs, but the bot battles to get the type advantages and stuff. But when I play like ranked or the random battles, I always pick my my Poison Overload deck. The deck is actually called Shadow Clan, but it's easier to infer what it is if I call it Poison Overload. Because it is. It's based on poisoning the enemy and then killing them through that poison. Poison Overload is a banger name. Thank you. Because it's got like 2 Paldean Whoopers, 2 Clodsires, 2 Nihilagos, which is the card that makes it so that poison damage gets upped by 10, and it stacks. So if you have 2 Nihilagos on your bench, poison goes from 10 damage to 30. And then I've got a Shroodle. I've got 2 Shroodles, 2 Grafaiis, and then I've got my general, like, Pokeballs, Pokemon Centers, Professors, Research. I have a Giant Cape. And then, on top of everything else, I also have a Poison Barb to give to one of my Pokemon. I want to have a Will! I have a Will, which makes, Grafaii's Poison ability flip heads whenever I want it to. Hey, Gas, how you doing? Welcome in. How you been? But yeah, last weekend was really good. It was really good. Hopefully today will continue to be really good. Let's check out what's been happening in the Discord. It's been let's do some show and tell, if it works. Give it to me. There we go. All right. Hey, Rasira, welcome in. So first we go to arts and crafts, which Bob very lovingly showed off some of his origami, which is super cool. I love origami. I think as I'm growing up, I'm figuring out that I'm not very good with my hands. Like, I'm not very dexterous. So a lot of like fine art, fine craft sort of stuff like knitting, crochet, origami, stuff like that. I think it's just not my thing. I think my fingers aren't too great with the fine movements and the fine details. Happy Tuesday, Bob. We were just showing off your origami. I had friends visit me. I did see on your Instagram and also on Liv's Instagram that you two were visiting each other. It looked fun. So we had some origami. Oh, and then this isn't our art. This is fan art that we're sending, but this is from these are from the new Pokemon games that got announced, Winds and Waves. First of all, chat, which one are you getting? Are you getting Winds or are you getting Waves? I think it's kind of obvious which one I'm getting. I'm Zephyr Berry. So I kind of have to get Winds. I love this one so much. This is the one that I sent because I think it's so cute. Littlest Pokemon. Because they really do. Gekla in particular, I saw it and I was like, that's a Littlest Pet Shop. Neither because I don't have a Switch 2. Well, you've got over a year to get it, Sanic fan, is the thing. The games come out in 2027. So you've got at least the entire rest of 2026 to get a Switch 2. But I'm definitely getting the Lizard. I also saw people comparing all 3 starters to different games. Like, this is a Littlest Pet Shop. This looks like the dog from Undertale. And this guy looks like an Angry Bird. Gonna wait to see exclusives, but probably Waves because I like water. That's fair. I don't even think about exclusive that much. Though I probably will when it comes to Sword and Shield because I really can't decide whether I want Sword or Shield. So I'll have to see what the Sword and Shield exclusives are. Yeah, this is just the Toby Fox dog. It's Undertale. But I think that's so cute. About the like the game looks interesting. I'm very interested in it being potentially themed around like, you know, how Alola was Hawaii and Kalos is France and stuff like that. I'm interested in seeing what area these games are based on. People are saying potentially Philippines, Indonesia. So it sounds like a sort of like Pacific Islands, Pacific Asia sort of thing. Is very interesting. I was kind of hoping for an Australia, but this is cool too. We may even get some Australia representation considering we're so close to that sort of area. Yeah, Philippines, Indonesia, Malaysia. I'm hoping Brout becomes a cassowary. I'm hoping Brout is a cassowary. Did you see the tweet about the Pikachus being based on Australian tourists in Bali? No, I didn't, but that's so true. That's so true. And then there was this one as well. Yeah, this is kind of just like, I love how this one just seems so sassy. Like, even in its introduction. And then Pombon, I don't know. I like the way that this artist did it, but I think I really don't like the weird tuft with the red end on it, on Pombom's head. I don't know why. And Brout just feels like Rowlet Part 2. But then Gekwa feels like Sobble Part 2, but I don't feel that as much because I never played Gen 8. But I just feel, I don't know. I was really wary at first because I feel like all of these concepts have been done before. Grass Bird. Yes. Fire Dog. We haven't had a Fire Dog as a starter, but we have had Fire Dogs before. Where, like, we have both Houndoom and Arcanine, you know, and then Gekwa. Yeah, I hope some of them, I feel like design-wise they're actually, oh yeah, design-wise, they're distinct. I meant more just concept-wise. Seems they're running out of ideas. Fire Fairy would be cute as hell. Fire Fairy would be cool, and not bipedal as well. And then Atare sent something.
Nothing's
where
more
he did
embarrassing.
an arrangement. Oh, you should stitch this on TikTok, man. This should be like your first post on TikTok. I'm sure this guy would be excited to hear it. If you have stitched it on TikTok, send it to me. To be fair, 2 of the original starters were just Lizard and Turtle. That's true. That's true. But it's like we haven't gotten those really again as starters. Like, we haven't gotten a fire lizard since Charmander. We haven't gotten a water turtle starter since Squirtle. I've heard people theorizing about the final types being fire, fairy, grass fighting, water, poison. I like those ideas. I think Gekwa is absolutely going to be water poison, which I think is going to be a really fun... I can't think of, like, if it would be less or more weak to things. Would it be neutral to ground if it was water poison? Because I know poison is weak to ground, but water... I don't know if water is resistant to ground. Which one of the 3 new starters are the fire type? Guess. They are red, blue, and green. I think it may be pretty self-explanatory which one is fire and which one is water and which one is grass. This is a dumb question. Not dumb. Just silly. But it's the funny little dog guy. Water doesn't resist ground, so it's still gonna be weak to ground. That's kind of a bummer. And then it would also be weak to psychic. So it'd be like weak to psychic, ground, grass, electric. But then it would be strong against Fireground. Fairy. What else is poison strong against? Grass. I'm really good with my type matchups. I kind of memorized my type matchups when I was really young. Because whenever I got a Pokemon game, my parents would also get me a guidebook for that game. And in it, there would always be like a chart about type matchups, and I memorized the fuck out of that thing. So like, I may not know I don't know a lot of the resistances specifically, but I know like all of the weaknesses, like who's strong against who. Sometimes dumb questions are silly questions. Yes, but dumb is a very loaded word. So it's not a word that I'm a fan of, if that makes sense. Like, silly is very lighthearted and doesn't put a lot of, pressure and negativity on yourself. While dumb feels a lot harsher of a word to use, My mistake? No, it's okay. Like, it's my personal interpretation. Well, kind of. It's kind of my personal interpretation. Because dumb is, like, kind of a slur? But, like, it's not... It's weird. It's in a weird limbo where a lot of disabled people, and specifically intellectually disabled people, do consider the word incredibly offensive. But unfortunately, it's also one of those words that's just become kind of the daily lexicon of a lot of people's lives. So it's in this weird limbo state. Poison only beats grass and fairy? Wow. Thank goodness the fairy type exists then. What do you mean poison was only good against one type? What a shit type. Hello? All right. Let's listen to Atare's thing. There really is a negative way there. I meant it more like a harmless joke kind of thing. I get you. I'm not accusing you of I'm not accusing you of doing something really bad. I wasn't trying to come for you about that. I guess as someone who has had a lot of negative talk about themselves and is trying to do less negative talk about myself, I've also kind of just started picking it up with other people as well. And I apologize for that. Because then I've started encroaching on other people's sort of boundaries and ideas of what is and isn't negative self-talk. Right, Atare.
Nothing's more embarrassing than being perceived. Studied
So
like an animal.
what you did was the instrumental?
Learning you were not quite as quiet
This
as
guy
you
just
thought.
sang and you put an
Feel
instrumental
like
on
you've
it?
been caught in a total exposure that someone could be watching makes you antsy and peeved. Cause nothing's as pernicious as
okay, the piano is his. And you're the strings.
Destroyed, and you've gotten paranoid, and you'd rather just avoid any notion that you were heard. They didn't see, don't say a word, and don't look at me.
I love how anxious it sounds. I think your strings really added to that. I love how the song just sounds overall stressed. It sounds nervous. And I love that because I can absolutely hear that in, obviously, not just his lyrics, but like if you just listen to the instrumental, it sounds like if you imagine a cat jumping and arching its back, that's the vibe I wanted. I was thinking more like being frozen in place or like being indecisive. Those were the kind of things that were coming to me. But I like your interpretation as well. That is cool. All right, People's Pets picks. We have a doggy. We have a doggy. We have a puppy. We have a real life Pombon. So cute. I love Pomeranians so much. I think if I ever got a dog, I would want it to be a Pomeranian, but also I feel like it would be too fluffy for me to handle. Like, Pepsi is fluffy, and I can already barely handle it. And we don't even own her. I'm sure other people handle it more. But I love the puppy. And then Cass sent a Zephyr sign. It me Street. Everyone come to me Street. They all saw you there. Oh, and then, yeah, chat, this is from me, and that's why the photo is so blurry. We have a lizard in our bathroom, and, like, we have a lot of lizards in our, like, in the backyard, around our house, stuff like that. But they're usually skinks, and this is a gecko. Like, you can tell, because, like, its hands are so big, and its eyes are so big. Has Pepsi gone after it yet? No, because Pepsi doesn't really go in the bathroom. I don't think Pepsi knows it's there. What are you gonna name it? That's a very good question. Probably Gekwa, after the new Pokemon starter. My next door neighbors have 2 dogs, a Pomeranian and a Chihuahua. One is named Bentley and the other is named Princess. You can guess which is which. I love that. The Chihuahua is absolutely Princess, right? Like, kind of Beverly Hills Chihuahua-esque. Though I can also see a Chihuahua being named Bentley. And then Sanic Fan updating the collection. Oh yeah, Mario Kart Wii, let's go. Let's go. Oh, comics. There was another game. Or did you... There it is. Oh, it sent in a second message. And then you got the little Friday Night Funkin' guy. I like this. I like the sort of cartoon stylizedness of the Friday Night Funkin'. It also feels very, like, 90s. Oh, Bentley is the Chihuahua. Oh, my bad. See, I thought Princess would be a really good name for a Chihuahua, because I feel like a lot of people, like, really pamper their small dogs and, like, think they can, like, do no wrong. Monster Comic is way bigger than it may seem in the picture. Which one is that? Is that this one? Monsters Unleashed? It kind of does look big. You can kind of tell it looks big because it's a hardcover. You can see from the spine here that it's definitely a hardcover. It's not a paperback. But yeah, I have some big books. I have this... It's not really a pet peeve, but, like, I have this thing where, like, if I have a series of books, they all have to be the same size of book. And they, like, all have to be paperbacks 99% of the time. So, like, I can't have... Because, like, sometimes they print one book in, like, 2 different sizes, and I'll always pick the one size every time. But something about, like, Australia is that oftentimes the first print of a book will be the really big size, and then they'll do a second run in the smaller size. And it's really annoying because I like the smaller size better, but that means I have to wait for it. And so I've given up on one series. I gave up on the Ernest Cunningham series because the first book is small, but the second book is big. The third book is small, but it's a hardcover. The fourth book is big. But now the 5th book in the Thursday Murder Club series has come out, and I have the first 4, but they're all small. And I'm like, at that point, if I have 4 of them that are small, I don't want the 5th one to be big, but I can only find it in the larger size. And then I have it with Warrior Cats too, where every book is the same size. Until at some point, whenever I'd ask for Warrior Cats books for my birthday, my dad would start giving me hardcovers, which are, like, the hardcovers, which were, like, much bigger. And now I have, like, my Warrior Cat series is, like, 90% paperbacks, but then it's like 4 hardcovers, and I'm like, this is making me lose my mind. So I think I might like give away or sell the hardcovers and the paperbacks. It seems like a waste of money, but like I need it. I need my shelf to look seamless. You know? Exactly. Yeah. Bob will drive Bob insane. It's driving me a little ridiculous. Tara had some nice food. I sent this. I watched this just before stream started about the animation of Phoenix Wright, which I thought was really cool because like a lot of the stuff that this guy says is very obvious, but it's obvious except for the fact that you don't really think about it. You know? Like, yeah, they have such a small amount of animation frames and stuff like that in the series. But they have to convey so much emotion with it, and they do it really well. It's too big to be put on a regular bookshelf or any bookshelf. That's unfortunate. Where are you going to put it then? It's obvious when you think about it, but it's done so well you don't naturally think on it. Exactly. You don't pick up on it until, like, you're actively concentrating on the animation or someone else, for example, this guy, tells you. And then my shame. Oh shit, that's the wrong one. My shameful moment where instead of writing the word cut, I wrote see you next Tuesday. It is not box? Whoa! How did you get that? Two separate series being paperback and hardcover is one thing, but the same series being a combo of the two is unacceptable. It is. It's to see you some... Oh, I didn't mean to spell that! I didn't mean to write that! I'm so sorry! I hope you know that as soon as I finished... I mistyped the N! As soon as I finished that stream, I edited that clip into a TikTok. So, that'll be on TikTok in about a week, I think? Next Sunday? Do I draw or do I play Splatoon? What would you draw if you drew? Do you have any drawing ideas? Similar principle to good music processing and the like, you only notice it when people want you to. Yeah. It's not so obvious that, like, it pops out to you immediately, but you remember, but, like, someone will start talking about it and you'll be like, oh yeah! It's like how in certain songs, there's a noise that you don't notice in the background. But then someone will say, hey, did you hear that noise in the background? And then from then on, you can't not hear it. It's like, I think my best example of that is TT by Twice. The song TT by Twice. It's not something you catch on to right away, or at least it's not something I caught on to right away. But once someone points out to you the slide whistle in the background, you can't not hear it anymore. You're like, oh shit, it's the slide whistle. Hey man, how you doing? But yeah, I gave up on keeping the Ernest Cunningham series consistently sized when it comes to, like, book size, book cover, because I just want to read the book so quickly that I don't want to wait for a different version to come out. I'll just buy whatever version's there. And because I didn't have, you know, a bunch of books in the smaller size already, buying the bigger size didn't feel as out of place. Now it's funny that all of them are different sizes, because then they're all out of place, you know? So that's the vibe I'm going with that series. but no others. No others. And also, I can't give away. I can't give away like 2 of the books because they're both signed. Like for me, they're both signed to Kelly. I'm not gonna give those away. So I'm just gonna have to deal with my differently sized books. All right. Do you want to play a word game? Let's play a word game. I hate how I have to force close Discord for it to disappear from stream. It's so odd and I don't like it. Let's make a poll for word game. Word game. We've been yapping a lot and I love it. I love it too. I love talking about things. Squares, because I didn't finish the squares today. Contexto. Words on stream. Those are like the only 3 that are worth it. Those are the only 3 that are worth it. Get your votes in, folks. But yeah, I like talking about things. I like the show and tell Squirtle erasure. Squirtle's so short though, is the thing. Like Contexto is sometimes short, but Contexto is such a mixed bag in length. You know? But Squirtle is so short. I'm trying to think of things. I just love coming up with new ideas for the stream to kind of entertain you guys, or if you guys entertain each other, or us to get to know each other more, be able to talk about more things, show off our stuff, you know, our creations, or our dogs. Love the puppies. For example, I had a really, really funny idea where I was like, what if make an entrance, you had to send a message with your make an entrance redeem, right? And then I would pin it for the whole stream. I was like, that would be really funny. But like, and so people would start doing it, like using the make an entrance to like tell a joke or say beep beep or give a fun fact, you know, stuff like that. But the thing is, I'm all for that. I'm all for that too. But sometimes I do genuinely need to have a pinned message up there on stream. So I think it wouldn't work like all of the time, unfortunately. But, oh, maybe I should make it a different redeem. Maybe I should make it like a 100,000 point redeem. Pin whatever message I say, or tweet this. You know how people would be like, tweet this message. It would be like, pin this. All right, Contexto wins. Oh, jeez. Oh, chat, the Connexo yesterday. I told Atara and Mare and Cass about this. But the Contexto, the Connexo yesterday was terrible. Let me find it. Let me show you the Connexo from yesterday. Previous games. Are you ready for this? Let me do this real quick, if I remember it. It was red flag, red bull, red zone, red herring. And then it was purple rain, purple finch, purple quartz, purple haze. And then it was green apple, green day, green lantern, green tea. And then it was moon collar cheese whale. What a terrible fucking Connexo. It's all based on the colors of the Connexo themes. It's terrible. I figured out the red message first. Funnily enough, I figured it out through Red Bull first. I was like, bull, maybe like Red Bull. And then I got red first, and then I realized the rest of them were also colors. And I'm like, this is the worst Contexto. Sorry, not Contexto, Connexo of all time. It's funny though. Red Bull gives you wings. It does. I can't actually say for sure because I've never tried it. I've never had an energy drink in my entire life. Though I will be so real, I've started drinking protein drinks. Like protein shakes. Like, I don't make the protein shakes, but like I buy one. There's a really nice one called, yeah, protein smoothies. I've started drinking this one. I started drinking the banana, honey, and cinnamon. I don't do it a lot. I tried it once a couple of weeks ago, and then I had another one today. And they're really nice. But yeah, I like these a lot. I'm not an energy drink person, but maybe I need more nutrition in my diet. I need more protein. I need more fiber. I literally take iron supplements, so I need more iron, you know? But these are good, and they're so popular at work. They just fly off the shelves. Or even coffee. I had an iced coffee once. I had a sip of an iced coffee and it made me nauseous. So I have not had any type of coffee, iced or hot, since then. And that was like 9th grade. I was like, yeah, not anymore. Not for me. If you wonder, oh, I also fear that like energy drinks and coffee, like, I feel like if I consumed an energy drink or I drank coffee, I would be like the squirrel. I would react like the squirrel from Over the Hedge that went like berserk and got like super speed and just ran everywhere and got super random and just, yeah, I feel like I would be him, unfortunately. I have a hunch. I have a hunch that that it would make me like that somehow. Sanic drawing is finished. We'll be posting it in the Discord soon. Hell yeah. All right. You guys voted Contexto. So now let's play Contexto. Give me a word, gang. Give me a word. Any word. I did an MS Paint just like the original. Hell yeah. Honoring the OGs. A draw. Draw sounds good, considering we are talking about drawing right now, and it's not a bad first guess. So maybe we do something like art. Art is lower. How about like paint? Paint is higher. Paint, we're in the green. 3 guesses and we're in the blue / green / whatever color. Tuesday. 3092. Not the worst. Tuesday has been in worse spots than that before. Museum, unfortunately lower. Canvas. Oh my goodness, I can't type. I'm still not used to this keyboard. I've had this keyboard for months, and I'm still struggling so hard. I'm thinking something more like painting a house. Like a room, like with a roller. Okay, we're all wrong. Top 5,000, let's go. Of course, excited about that. Egg. Egg is there? Egg is not that bad somehow. Color. And then we have to do, obviously, the Australian version of the word. Okay, okay. It's time to go through all the colors now. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, pink, purple, black, white, that's not how you spell that, gray, and brown. Velvet. I deserved that. Okay, so blue and red are our highest. What do we do? Turquoise. Nope. So it's something... So our top 5 are currently blue, red, black, white, and orange, which is not helpful. I swear, purple's down here. Purple is at 271. What things are blue? Water? Like, water isn't blue, but, like, water is often portrayed as blue. Okay, water is up there. Ocean? Mix? Blue, red, water, black, white. We've got 4 colors and then water. Sky. The sky is blue. Something in... Whoa, I turned on caps lock. Something in nature, maybe? Nope. Watercolor? Oh, that's our lowest yet, unfortunately. Blue, red, water, black, white. Is that one word? It is one word. Maybe like fabric? Like clothes? But what does that have to do with water? Food? Food and water? Eat? Meal? Light? Kind of. A dye? Dye is good. Dye is not good. Dye is in fact not good. Prism. Prism is down. Blue, red, water, black, white. Something similar to water. Ice? Cream. Ice cream. Beam and rainbow. Wow, rainbow deserves better. Maybe like weather? Rain. Nope. Artiste? Nope. Blue, red, water, black, white. But like blue, red, and water are really the only contenders. Black and white are 60 words further back than the other 3. Yeah. Well, putting down all the colors is... It's not productive, but it's funny. Because, like, once you put in one, you have to put in all of them, you know? Like a fruit, like a plant, like a vegetable. What else is blue? A lagoon. Blue. What is blue? It's sad. Sadness is blue. Emotion. Thought. Dream. Lake. See, what's... Wait, red and water? Blood. Nope. Blue, red, water. Yeah, we should probably do person, place thing. Okay, place is highest. Okay, it's blue, place, red, water. Place. Okay, we have to do outside or inside. It's inside. Room? I already did room. House? Inside. Office? Theater? Studio. Studio's good. Apartment? Inside. Attic. Bathroom. Closet. What's a place you can be inside? Is it like a country? A city? A planet? Planets can be blue and red. The Earth is blue, but... Which one's red? Mars. They're really called the red planet. Blub? No, what is inside? Like maybe it's a storage, like something you store something in, like a closet or a box. Box. A chest? Box. Walmart. I don't think Walmart's gonna be a valid word. A box. Cardboard? Wood. Wooden. Box. Inside box, blue, place, red. Hey, Des, how you doing? I nearly said, hey, Zeph, because that's what you wrote in the message. TARDIS? I can try TARDIS. I don't know the word. Suitcase? Nope. Phone booth? Well, we can only do one word, so we can try booth. I mean, we can also try phone, but neither of those. Atelier? I don't even know what that word means. Uh-oh. Like a music box? Like a jewelry box? It's a fancy word for workshop, I see. We've done bathroom. Have we done kitchen? Cabinet? Drawer? Safe? Shower? Indoor? Wardrobe? It's getting away from us now. Inside box. It's dark if you're inside a box. All right, dark is not it. Inner. That's better. Book. Not a book. We are at 100 guesses if we want to get a hint. I feel like talking about contextos from hell. I summoned this. It's not that bad. We're doing okay. It's just rough. We've had much worse than this. We've had much worse than this. Shelf? Furniture? No. Window. Door. Door? Door. Container. Tupperware. I fear that's a brand. Okay, they allow Tupperware. Container inside glass? Glass. Plastic? Plastic. Crate? Nope. Drawer. I have done drawer. Plastic, glass, container. Bottle. Bottle? Bottle. We're getting there. We're getting there. Oh, I don't think we need to hint this. Plastic. Plastic bottle. Glass container. Can? Nope. Water bottle. I don't think that works as one word. A cap. Cap! Lid! There we go. Oh, that was a tough one. Random fun fact. Did you know there's a Dr. Pepper Tic Tac flavor? I'm pretty sure most people eat these as candy, since who uses a soda-flavored mint as an actual breath mint? I mean, I don't know how Dr. Pepper smells, but it certainly wouldn't, I assume it wouldn't be like a bad smell for your breath to be. But yeah, I think Tic Tacs are just kind of partially kind of just used as candy for some people. Yeah, the colors did in fact mean nothing. Like, it is true, I guess plastic lids can be all sorts of colors, but like, whoops, we went on a tangent and it did not work well. I saw your clip, Zeph. Do you enjoy finding the slime? The saber slime? Yes. Oh my goodness. I didn't put, it was part of the clip, but I didn't put it in the video. I didn't edit it in. I thought it was really interesting how they used saber slimes, calling, like, because it was a callback to the first game. Because in the first game, slimes have evolved in a way that there are no pure saber slimes in Slime Rancher 1. They are always largoed with something else. They're always combined with something else, and you can only get saber slimes through their plorts and combining them with another slime, which was cool. And I just find it really fun that they actually gave us pure saber slimes this time. I've already eaten half the container and I bought it last night. Nice. Nice. I don't eat Tic Tacs. I don't. Oh. Sorry. Voices outside. People, strange. Alright, we have an ad coming up in literally 1 minute and 30 seconds. So I'm just gonna run it right now, and I'll open up Ace Attorney while we do that. So everyone take advantage of this time to grab a drink, do some stretching, stand up. It'll be... and then you can head back in. Can't wait to play Slime Rancher 2. It's worth it, I think. It's so much... Like, as a person who has played sequels that don't feel like sequels, Overwatch, Slime Rancher truly feels like Slime Rancher 2 feels like it really embodies the two. Like, it feels like an expansion on the first game in every single way. Every single way. There are more slimes. The map is bigger. There's more lore. There are more characters. There's more technology. The visuals are an upgrade. There's more biomes. There's more mystery. I could have done Slime Rancher 2 for Mystery Monday if I'd known, but that's what... That's okay, I was already busy with this. Maybe eat more Dr. Pepper Tic Tacs? I don't even think Dr. Pepper itself, the drink, is something that is sold, like, very broadly in Australia. So I fear Dr. Pepper Tic Tacs would also not be sold very commonly in Australia. We don't really have Dr. Pepper. I'm sure we do, but it's not a common product. We have Coke, we have Pepsi, we have Fanta, we have Sprite. And those are our big four. We have Solo. We have all the energy drinks. We have Monster, we have Red Bull, we have Mother. But no, other than Coke and Pepsi, we don't really have much in terms of colas, which I think Dr. Pepper is, right? Dr. Pepper's a cola. Where are we? Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Gambit. Right, my beloved, is a soda. Yes. Well, I do know it's a soda, but I was asking if it was a cola. Because isn't it similar to Coke and Pepsi? Is what I was asking more than anything else. Because that's what I've heard it is. If it's not, my bad. In that case, I don't know. Time for me to look it up then. What kind of a drink is Dr. Pepper? What's the flavor of Dr. Pepper? Okay, it looks like a cola. Oh, okay. Although it shares some similarities with cola, it's not. Okay, that's interesting. It is generally described as belonging to a distinct category, often referred to as pepper soda. Huh. Yeah, that's my bad then. I thought it was a cola. But it's not. Not quite. Well, the more you know. The flavor is barbecue water. I hate the sound of that. Yeah, Dr. Pepper is kind of its own thing. Or at least it's the first of its kind. It sounds like there's a couple of other things. It sounds like there are a couple of things in the pepper category, but it seems to be the first of that category. The OG. But yeah, I'm not much much of a soft drink person. Like, if I have to pick a soft drink, I'll pick, like, Coke or Pepsi or Sprite, because I don't mind Sprite. Like, lemon as a flavor, I'm a little bit of a fan of, but not, I go for Fanta. I don't like orange as a flavor, so I don't go for Fanta, but I do like lemon as a flavor, so that's why I go for Sprite. Ginger ale? I don't think I've ever had ginger ale. Has inspired similar sodas to take after it. Yes, Mr. Pibb, it said on, I was skimming the Wikipedia page, Mr. Pibb was one of the drinks that is in that category as, like, the pepper drink. Had to go give Tumnus some extra feed. You're not doing too well. Oh no! What did I miss? You didn't miss much other than we were just doing some research on Dr. Pepper, of all things. Caffeine makes me sleepy, so that narrows down my soda options. I just don't, I think I also avoid a lot of things with caffeine in it. Like, I avoid coffee and I avoid a lot of, like, energy drinks and stuff like that, because I don't know. I just feel like how'd you get to the Dr. Pepper convo? Samek said something about Dr. Pepper Tic Tacs and about whether or not if people actually ate them as breath mints or ate them as candy, is what it was. All right. Ace Attorney Investigations. Last week on Ace Attorney Investigations, we have finished, as far as I know, and I'm pretty sure of this, we have finished the entire past part of the case. So we are no longer going to be playing as Gregory Edgeworth. We are no longer going to have flashbacks to Gregory Edgeworth, I think. I think we're going to stick in the present now. The big thing we learned from last week's stream was that Gusto and Frost worked together for a very long time during the competition. However, Von Karma refused us to talk to Gusto, so we couldn't get his side of the story. We could only get hearsay from other people talking about their partnership and also evidence of, like, their cakes and desserts looking similar a lot of the time. What else was there? I don't remember. You like the taste of Sprite but don't want soda, I recommend the brand Ice Sparkling Water. The classic lemonade tastes like Sprite. I don't think we have that brand here, but I think we have, I forget what it's called. I think the brand is Schweppes. It's like the big sparkling water brand and, like, lemonade brand here. So I would probably end up trying that instead, because I don't think I've heard of Ice brand. Not that it's not here. There are plenty of, like, shops in Australia that sell, like, international brands. Like, there will literally be corner stores that will be like, the American food store, and it'll be covered in American flags. It'll have, like, American snacks on it. It'll be like, here, have your weird flavored Takis and stuff like that, because Takis aren't readily available in Australia and stuff like that. Like your candy, there'll be a lot of that stuff in there. So maybe it would be there. I hate sparkling water, but Ice Sparkling Water is so good. That's good. In the end, I don't drink a lot of sparkling anything, just because I'm not a big fan of, I'm not a big fan of fizzy drinks, of sodas, of bubbles in my mouth. I'm not a big fan of that feeling, but like Sprite and Coke and Pepsi would be my go-tos. Like, if I was out and I didn't want water. And obviously chocolate milk is not something that's like available in a bar. So I'd usually just ask, hey, can I have a Sprite or something like that? I had a point I was going to make and now I've completely lost it. Oh yeah. I think that is one of the reasons why my teeth are good teeth. Like, during my high school era, my mental health was in a really bad place, and because of that, my hygiene really suffered from my mental health suffering, so I would not clean my teeth very often. Like, I could go over a week, 2 weeks without brushing my teeth and stuff like that. And I think one of the only reasons, I feel like the two biggest reasons as to why my teeth didn't absolutely get destroyed because of that period of time is because, one, I drink a lot of milk, and two, I don't drink fizzy drinks. Like, I wasn't doing anything else that was really actively damaging my teeth. I attribute those two things as like the only reason why. I feel that this last year I've been struggling, and every time I fall off on that, I get tonsil stones. I don't get tonsil stones. Actually, no, wait, what are tonsil stones? I might get tonsil stones. I forget what they're called. Are they tonsil stones that I get? Okay, they are. I do get tonsil stones sometimes. I don't get them as much anymore, but I used to get them a whole lot. I only really drink soda when I go out to a restaurant. Exactly. And I don't go eat out that much. I never used to get them, but only this last year as I've been struggling to brush my teeth. Teeth brushing is so hard. Hygiene in general is so difficult to deal with. Like, because it's such a process. Like, you have to get up. You have to put the toothpaste on the toothbrush. You have to wet the toothbrush. You have to do 2 minutes of the brushing. Then you have to rinse your mouth, and you have to rinse the toothbrush. It's the same with showering, you know? Oh, you have to get into the shower. You have to make sure you have clothes to get into once you're out of the shower. You have to get the towels ready. You have to turn the shower on, get it to the right temperature. You have to take your clothes off, and then when you get into the shower, you have to do the shampoo, conditioner, body wash, face wash, stuff like that. And then you have to get out of the shower, and then you have to dry yourself, moisturize, put on clothes. It's a lot. It's a lot. Processes are a lot. And hygiene processes, I think, are especially hard because I think a lot of people end up having the idea of, well, they're just gonna get dirty anyway. Why do I have to keep on getting clean if it's just gonna get dirty again? Self-care is very hard. I don't like it. It's taken me a very long time to like it. A very long time. Brushing my teeth is really hard. Showering is a bigger process, so it's more hard. But also I find showering more fun because I've used things to make showers more appealing for me. Like I play music when I'm in the shower. I have like one of those waterproof speakers that I can put in the shower, and I play music through it. So that's nice. Started getting consistent with it last year. Mostly thanks to work. Also, hello, Moth. Welcome in. Sorry, I didn't mean to dono wall you. Hey, how you doing? And we are talking about tonsil stones. Because they suck. I used to get them a lot. I've heard, Arcane, if you're really struggling to brush your teeth, I've heard, gargling with salt water. Okay, wait, I want to say this. Bing bong! I need to... When I get a stream deck, I'm gonna put a fucking button on it that plays things. Bing bong! I am not a doctor. Go to your doctor for medical advice. This is just stuff I've heard. Gargling with salt water, I've heard, is good for loosening tonsil stones. There. End of not professional medical advice. Having long hair helps me remember to shower, because if I go too long, it feels gross. I don't forget to shower. I just find it hard. I have a schedule, because this may not be the amount of times that is like ideal for showering, but I shower 3 times a week. Sometimes 4 if I get super sweaty and it's super hot and summer sucks. But I shower 3 times a week. I shower Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. And sometimes other days. But those are like the 3 days I will always shower. And having that organization of being like, I will shower at this time, I will shower on this day, has also helped me get back into that routine. And also having it on like Finch. I have this self-care app called Finch where you grow a bird. Like, you get this little baby bird and you get to name it and you get to put clothes on it and dress it up and give it a cute home. And doing self-care things helps grow the bird. And one of those things is like showering and stuff like that, or doing other things on your to-do list, like making your bed, getting out of bed, saying something nice to yourself, stuff like that. I recommend it. It's helped me a lot, I think, with getting stuff done, because it gives even a small reward for being able to, you know, get hygiene right. I shower every other day because my hair feels gross if I don't. I want to eventually shower every other day, but I also need to make sure I, like, have enough energy for the next day. So, like, showering on Thursdays is really hard because I have work and then I have stream. And I don't want to put a shower on top of that because that's 3 big undertakings in one day. And I'm like, I don't know if I could do that energy-wise. But then, like, on the days I don't shower, I will obviously, like, wash my face. Dry shampoo works wonders. Also, if your hair feels gross, but you feel like the rest of you doesn't feel gross, and, like, you don't really feel like showering, dry shampoo. Like, if you can't do the big processes with hygiene, there are so many hacks. There are so many ways you can clean yourself without stepping into a shower and doing the whole shebang. You know, like, do a sponge bath. You can get a shower stool if your shower's big enough. You can use dry shampoo. You can use wet wipes, stuff like that. Like, you can just use a mouthwash, stuff like that, to just even get the grossest parts from your mouth out. Like, there are so many little bits and pieces that can help you feel fresher that doesn't require the entire process of brushing the teeth or having the shower. It's the same with food. It's the same with a lot of other self-care things. It's like, oh, you don't want to make a sandwich. You want a ham and cheese sandwich, but you don't want to make the sandwich. Then just eat a slice of bread, eat a slice of ham, eat a slice of cheese. There, you've had the sandwich. There's so many. You gotta hack your way into being good to yourself sometimes. You gotta find the loopholes in your brain. All right, game. Sorry, I've just been talking for so long. But that's good. I like talking for a long time. Alrighty, so we're back in the present. I can finally use my normal voice for a character. Yippee. I don't have to get a sore throat. And that's how pretty much, sorry, oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? I stuffed up the first sentence. I stuffed up the first sentence. Good job, everybody. So it's my fault, but I'm I'm bringing you down with me, chat. And that's pretty much how things went down. Those are the facts of IS-7 as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, because after what all we saw, Fender I don't think saw anything else, but Edgeworth then got murdered. Gregory Edgeworth, not Miles. Miles is alive and happy. Well, happy's a reach. Oh, we also found out that Gregory Edgeworth had some sort of backup plan or some sort of like, he had some big piece of evidence that he could have used as a gotcha moment in court, but Fender doesn't know what that is, so we don't know what that is. So hopefully we find it out. I'm finally learning the truth about my father's lost case. So what happened at the trial? Well, we lost. Von Karma did a real number on us. Really? You couldn't prove that Mr. Tangarella was innocent? Oh, we could prove it, all right. Had a decent little pile of evidence in our favor. Problem was, we underestimated Von Karma. He fought even dirtier than we feared. I can imagine. Secure a conviction at all costs, that was always his guiding principle. They lost and Von Karma killed him anyways. Maybe Von Karma felt threatened by him, even though he won. Maybe it was a close case. Yeah, ain't that the truth? Anywho, the trial dragged on and on. Whole thing, it took about a year in the end. A year-long trial. Holy Jeebus. I'll never forget the day the verdict came down. December 28th that following year. It's April now, so... Ooh, mama. We're talking over 17 years ago. Time sure does fly, huh? December 28th. I was there that day 17 years ago, sitting in the courtroom gallery. Oh, we're gonna get one more flashback. It's because Gregory got a penalty to stick on Von Karma's record. Oh, okay. I forgot about that. I'm gonna be so real with you. I forgot. Just before the trial got started, Gregory noticed that Samson was looking even worse than usual. Oh good, the torture continued. Turns out the poor guy has finally reached his limit. It was so bad even he said he wanted to be found guilty. Wait, you mean they forced a confession out of him? Yeah. Von Karma got what he'd pushing for from the very beginning. Poor guy. And when Gregory tried to drop the bombshell about there being nobody to speak of, he learned that Von Karma had used the power of the police to head him off at the pass. Even had himself a fake a completely fake autopsy report? Wow. We've heard of updated autopsy reports, but we haven't heard of completely fake ones. Von Karma had gotten Samson to falsely testify against himself to be an accessory to murder in court. Combined with his confession, the poor guy's goose was well and truly cooked. But Gregory still had his ace in the hole, though. What was the ace? I want to know what it is. The same ace he asked Detective Bad to help him with? Exactamundo. He knew he needed one last card to play if they squeezed a confession out of Samson, so we had Bad record all of Samson's interrogations. I guess Detective Bad really wanted to know the truth too, huh? We all did, but he was a trooper, stayed with the case even after Von Karma took him off it. He was tied up in some other big case too. Good old Bad, they don't make him like that anymore. Yeah, they don't. Vigilante types? Not many of those anymore. Bye, Batman. Badman. Oh, I've connected the dots. Anyway, Gregory presented the recordings as proof that Samson's confession was coerced. And you know what? It almost worked. A cop named Ian Seidman got fired. Samson's interrogator and the initial detective before bad, he took the fall for pretty much the whole thing. Okay. Let me guess. Where there's gonna be a big case later on in the game involving Ian Sideman? Because there's no way they bring up that name and have it not be recurring throughout the rest of the game. They would not name him if he wasn't important in future cases. I'm calling it now. But Von Karma didn't get away scot-free. In fact, he was disciplined by the chief prosecutor. For the one and only time in his 40-year career. No way someone remembers the name from that long ago. I mean, if it's the case that killed your boss, I think I'd remember pretty much every detail, honestly. Still, Samson himself couldn't stomach another day in court. So when that guilty verdict came down, it didn't just single the end of that day, but of the whole sad affair. Did he kill himself? I have a bad feeling about this. I don't remember a lot myself, but my father's face when they declared Mr. Tangaroa guilty. I was a young child at the time, but even I could tell how much he was hurting inside. Gregory wanted to appeal the ruling, of course. He would have done anything to clear Samson's name. But then, well, you know what happened next. Poor guy. He never got the chance. Imagine. I thought it was the other case that caused the whole thing with Edgeworth's dad. No. DL6 is the case of Edgeworth's dad. This is the case leading up to Edgeworth's murder. DL6 is the case of Edgeworth's murder. That had, like, Misty Faye in it and everything. I was confused I was confused too, Moth, for a little bit. I was like, don't we know the case where Edgeworth died? No, we know the case about Edgeworth's death, not the one before he died. This is Gregory's last case. I should have left with him that day. I'll always blame myself for not doing that. But I shoved that aside and obsessed over something else instead. Or rather, someone else. I hated what you did. Hated you for choosing to stick with Von Karma. I'm gonna be so real! I'm gonna be so real, my guy, like, I get it? But... like, I get it, but that's a child. Choosing to stick with Von Karma. He was adopted? By Von Karma? And then groomed and manipulated into being his protege? I don't think Miles knew he had a choice at that age. You know? I fear that never even entered his mind. Yeah, I don't think he had a choice. Like, Von Karma was a shitty prosecutor. He was absolutely not going to be a great father figure. Like, no wonder Edgeworth was going to turn out like that. It's kind of insane on Von Karma's part. You're right. To kill your rival and then adopt his orphaned son is wild, wild choice making. I hope you can forgive me. At least he knows it was wrong, you know? Max level hater material, truly. No one hates more than Von Karma. You get me in trouble once for something that I absolutely did do wrong. Pew pew! My son now. No. You had every right to hate me. No! Bruh. Okay, Edgeworth, we get it. It's because you kind of also hate yourself, but like, that's doesn't mean someone had a right to hate you as a child. Oh boy. I went on to become a prosecutor as planned, and that's when Mr. Von Karma showed me this case file. According to these records, Mr. Tangaroa was convicted as the main culprit in Mr. Frost's murder. Nope. That's not right. What do you mean? What do you mean that's not right? You're telling me Von Karma also gave us fake case files? I'm gonna lose my mind. Samson was convicted as an accessory to murder. Strange. The file clearly states that he was the perpetrator. Okay, so if Samson was convicted as the accessory, did they ever convict who they thought was the murderer? Plus, I'm fairly certain that all of Mr. Von Karma's cases were successfully solved. Mind if I take a peek at those? Ugh. This file's been doctored. The part about the verdict, it's been changed. What? Here, fist your peepers on this. Are these the actual files? Suspect data. Samson Tangaroa, age 39. Shut up, Edgeworth. Organizer of confectionery contest. Victim's body was found inside one of his creations, leading to his arrest. While in detention, Tangaroa discovered that he had a taste disorder, which was subsequently cured via medication. Verdict: convicted as an accomplice based on his confession. What the? I feel like whenever we feel like we've uncovered everything about this case, there's then just something else. You know, we peel all the layers of the onion and then suddenly there's a new layer materializing. You know, cut off one head, two more heads appear sort of thing. Convicted as an accomplice. That's a copy of the file they have on record at the courthouse. Then why is my copy so different? Well, you said it came from Von Karma, yeah? My guess is he didn't want Gregory's son thinking there was a murder out there still at large. Didn't want you looking into it again before the statute of limitations was up. When is the statute of limitations up? Is it still up now? 17 years. I'm guessing the statute of limitations isn't up. I'm guessing it's gonna be like 20 or something. Though, murder? Surely there's no statute of limitations on murder, right? I mean, I guess it depends on the country, but like, surely there's no statute of limitations on killing somebody. So everything I believed about the case was a lie? Like they say, we all gotta start somewhere. What's important is you know what's what now. That was the whole thing with DL6's limitations running out in the first game. I played those games so long ago, man. I think I played DL6 5 years ago. I think I started the games in 2021. So unfortunately, couldn't tell you. I don't remember. So if they ran out in the first game, and that was for murder, then surely the statute of limitations has ended for a murder that happened before Gregory's. That was solved after Gregory's. Is the reason the term cold case exists? True. The statute of limitations may have run out, but the truth's still out there, you know? And the thing is, the fact that someone was continuously hiding a body and has now brought it back. And there's also like an attempted murder, potentially, of Gusto. I think... Okay, I do think Gusto killed Frost, but I do think what happened with Gusto was revenge by Judy and Delisha. I think there are basically everyone's a criminal is what I'm going with here. Where has that body been hiding this whole time? But we are currently in a place where a lot of the rooms on the ground floor have temperature controls that can take the temperature below the freezing point of water. So I assume it was just held in one of those rooms, honestly. I think they had like a makeshift morgue for him, I'm guessing. I inherited Samson's case when your old man passed. Prosecution handed it off to somebody else, too. The great Von Karma wasn't going to bother facing off against a rookie like me, was he? Anyway, long story short, the killer was never found, and Samson was found guilty instead. That's terrible. Is there really nothing we can do to help him? No, without the real perp, I'm afraid. Till then, his confession stands. Speaking of which, I didn't find out until after the verdict had been handed down, but Von Karma had threatened Samson and made him a deal. To hold him, if he didn't confess, he'd make sure Judy was convicted instead. What? How could he? Samson knew there was no way Judy could have done it, of course. But he wasn't going to take any chances, so he did what he was told and confessed to keep her safe. She was 16 when that case happened. Imagine threatening to throw a 16-year-old in jail for a murder she didn't commit. Now riddle me this, Milesy boy. Why do you think your Uncle Eddie just happened to be in the prison the day Bronco Knight died? Ah, that's right. You were there to see Mr. Tangaroa. Oh. Wait, can we visit him? I thought he might have died, but I'm glad he's alive. Bingo. Judy and I both promised we'd visit him every day. I didn't quite keep that promise, but Judy did. She never missed one visit in all these years. Come rain or shine, she always showed up. But none of that changes the fact that Samson is still being unduly punished day after day. Didn't die of cringe? No, I was thinking more dying of age. Or suicide. Because from what it sounds like, he was being, tortured by the prison guards. So he was going to be very weak after that. And it sounds like he wasn't also mentally in a good place either. So I was thinking there is a possibility he could have taken his own life in prison. Oh, heartbreaking. We've got to do something, Mr. Fender. Well, kiddo, that's actually why we came here. The ice sculptures are back on display, just like they were all those years ago. And we're going to see what we can find out. Right, Malzarino? I'm a prosecutor, Fender. I don't look at these things in the same way as you or my father. Miles. But that doesn't matter right now. Speaking not as a prosecutor, but as Miles Edgeworth, I want to know the truth behind both of those cases, and I'm not leaving until I do. You really are old Gregory's son through and through. Alrighty then. Now that that's sorted, we can really get to work. I love when he claps his hands like that. He looks so baby girl. Good thing I brought the IS-7 case file and evidence with me today, huh? Here, documents first. Who doesn't love paperwork, am I right? The parts in red ink are my annotations. Okay, we've got a case file. Thank you, Fender. And here's some evidence for you. Enjoy! There's quite a few, so I'd take a minute to scope them out if I were you. Small mountain of evidence from the IS-7 incident received from Fender. That's such a funny way of putting it. Yes, I see. I'll take a look at them in a bit. Our current case is just full of loose threads too, come to think of it. Indeed. The key players of that incident 18 years ago who just happened to get caught up in another incident. The ice sculptures in the Winter Wing that are perfect replicas of the ones from 18 years ago. The poison gas attack in the Autumn Wing, which has been disguised to look like the Winter Wing. The two chemicals that were found inside the Pisces statue's display place, ubiquium and asphyxion, that form a poisonous gas when mixed together. The victim of the gas attack, Carmelo Gusto, who was no stranger to the events of 18 years ago, and who was still unconscious and undergoing treatment in the medical room. And finally, we come to the body floating face down. Place down? I'm putting L's in words that don't have L's, gamers. And the fact that the ice sculptures have melted, just as they did all those years ago. The events of the present day would appear to be intimately linked with the events of the past, which means they may be able to help us learn more about what happened 18 years ago. Sounds good to me. Let's get investigating. Oh god, I forgot about them. Oh, get me out of here. Me when I receive of a small mountain. I'm not gonna lie, when the first 3 words were a small mountain, I thought it was just gonna say, a small mountain has been added to your evidence list. And I was like, since when were small mountains in the evidence list? Statute of limitations expired 3 years ago, okay. No detailed autopsy report due to the body going missing. All right, anything else? Just the same stuff from in the past. Oh, no you don't. Aren't you forgetting somebody? I could have sworn this is my investigation. Eustace is quite right. I do hope you aren't intending to obstruct him in his duties, Mr. Edgeworth. I would hate to have to add a guilty to my report to the committee. What am I guilty of now? Of course not. I am simply offering once again to do what I can to help with this investigation. Your offer is duly noted and duly declined. Ugh, she isn't pulling any punches. The identity of the body from the fountain is currently being ascertained. It is only a matter of time until we have all the information we need. Perhaps I can help you speed that process along. I think I have an idea of who our mystery victim might be. What? Really? Then you have to tell me it's the law. Very well. Maybe it isn't just the ice sculptures that have resurfaced after 18 years. The body in the fountain may also be a visitor from the past. There we go. Looks like him too. I believe the body in the fountain is that of the man who was murdered here 18 years ago. Mr. Artie Frost. What? You're saying that was poor Chillywinks? That's not Mickey Mouse. I need to get back on that voice. Wait, who the heck is Chillywinks or Artie or whoever it is you're talking about? Artie Frost was a famous sculptor, Eustace, although he was better known as Paul Halik. The sculptures on display here are all his works. No way. Sounds like he did well for himself. Always good to encounter a fellow winner. Mr. Frost was also the victim in the IS-7 incident. Judge Gavelle knows about the IS-7 incident while she's here. I feel like if the same crime happened... Sorry, if 2 different crimes happened in the same place, I feel like you'd kind of brush up on the earlier crime, no? Mr. Edgeworth, the IS-7 incident is an 18-year-old case, and according to police records, the victim's body was recovered and an autopsy duly carried out. Sure, that's what the records say. But the records can't always be trusted. What are you insinuating? That while the records say stuff like, body totally recovered, the defense back then begged to differ. Not that it stopped the prosecution from shutting them down hard, of course. Come on, Gavelle, please be on our side. Banana phone? Yeah, this is winner. What? Really? What is it, Eustace? The body. We've got an ID. Some sculptor called Frost or something? So I guess Edgeworth called it? Goddess of justice! So my father's deductions were right all along. Well, Judge Gavelle, I'd say this changes things, wouldn't you? Perhaps now you'll admit that I may be of use to this case. More than a certain junior prosecutor, anyway. Don't be sassy. Just be straight to the point. No fair, you're trying to steal the win. I'm doing no such thing. All I want is to uncover the truth. And if we're going to get to the bottom of what happened here, we'll need to work together. We do not need to do anything, and you do not need to know the truth. This case is none of your concern. This is the case that killed his dad! What do you mean none of your concern. Ugh. Whoa there, Judge G. I think you might be wrong about that. Another of your interruptions, Mr. Fender? Yep. See, I was on the defense team for IS-7, so this case is very much my concern. I was one of the pesky kids pushing the theory that the body had actually gone missing. The prosecutor at the time may have brushed us off, but you can't deny the testimony of your eyes. Or to put it a little more bluntly, the prosecution's case was rotten from the ground up. When there's been a miscarriage of justice caused by the prosecution, it's the committee's job to fix it. No? And do better to help you unpick the mess than someone who was there at the time. Unless you have an ulterior motive. Judge Cavell seems to know the facts of the IS-7 incident in some detail, in which case I suspect she must be here on the committee's behalf. Your connection to the case is noted, Mr. Fender, but I fail to see how it concerns Mr. Edgeworth. How does she not know? She seems to be playing, I don't know, if I can't tell if she's playing dumb or if she actually is, like, not thinking. He's the son of the original defense attorney and the protege of the case's lead prosecutor. If that's not enough for you, he was at the trial, too. I think it's just possible he might have a little something to bring to the table, don't you? Ugh. Very well. You may both assist in the investigation, but only if you refrain from interfering with the work of others. The Winter Wing is off limits for now. This room, however, is all yours. Alrighty. Great to hear we're on the same wavelength, G. Why don't we bring it in to show we're all on the side of justice? Stop the hugs, bro. Did this man never get hugged as a child? Like, why is he desperate for this? Do not test me, Mr. Fender. Your permission to investigate can be revoked at any time. Duly noted, Your Honor. This is a turn-up for the books, huh, Milesy? We get to do our thing after all. Thanks to your immeasurable help as always. No sweat. Besides, I was mostly doing it for me. He's touch-starved. Exactly! Someone give him a hug, but like not in a professional setting. Can he maybe get some friends? That could be helpful. Okay, I'll be investigating my own thing, so just holler if you find something interesting. I will. I don't think Edgeworth has ever hollered in his life, nor has he hooted. Someone get this man a bestie right now. Exactly. Oh my goodness. Maybe a wife. Husband. Just romance, friendship. Give this man some connection. Heck yeah. Let the investigation commence. We're still unclear on two key facts. How Mr. Frost's body came to be where we found it and the source of the ubiquium. You're right. We need some more intel. Indeed. Let's focus on the ubiquium first and foremost. It's used in stuff like dish soap and paint, right? Correct. It's also bright red in color and has a distinctive minty fragrance. Minty? Sounds like we know what we're looking for. Kinda did at the end of the first game. He did a whoop. Did he? I forgot. As I said, it's been so long since I played the first game. Maybe I should replay it to jog my memory. Alright. Let's go to the fountain again. Seems the police have already removed the body, but why did the body of the victim from 18 years ago turn up in this fountain? And why wasn't it all rotten and stuff? Did it slowly shuffle its way here? Need I remind you that zombies aren't real? Seems like the body was preserved. Really? Is that even possible? Mr. Francis Guy, anything to report? Traces of both ubiquium and asphyxion have been detected in the fountain. Gonna say they were probably carried here by the stream from the autumn ring. Okay. In addition to those two chemicals, there's also a large amount of sugar. Composition of the sugar is being analyzed as we speak. Why is there sugar in the fountain? There's the tea cart. Isbound's tea set is laid out neatly on the serving cart. The pamphlet says the gallery was famous for its tea. Understandably so, the cup we were given was delicious. Looks like all of this stuff was designed by Mr. Frost. In that case, I think we'd better take a closer look. All right, let's do some look-sees. We have tea. Because the sculpture's melted. Oh, true! You're right, the sculpture's melted, so the water might have ended up in the fountain. You're right. That probably would have been cleaned out over the course of 17 years. But no, there were more sculptures this time, and they also melted. The sculptures were remade 18 years later and then also melted. So I still think you're on to something. Not a bad thing to use considering the quality of the blend. Tablecloth draped over the card is pure white, completely spotless. It's just waiting for me to grab it by the end, clear my mind. Okay. I'm glad Edgeworth and I are on the same page here. Come on, what's the worst that can happen? Even if it does go all sideways, we'll just wind up with a cool tea-colored tie-dye. And a lawsuit, probably, girl. Has anyone... So you know how the Grinch Stole Christmas, how the Grinch does like a cloth pull and then ruins everything on the table? Right? That was an accident. Jim Carrey, he was meant to pull the cloth off with all the things on it, but on accident did a perfect tablecloth pull and then had to mess it up afterwards. And they kept that in the movie. It's incredible. There's so many other colors that would totally work. Pink, sky blue. Wasn't that moon thing owned by Frost? They were made by Frost, but they weren't owned by him. They were owned by Tangaroa. So this dishware was made by Artie Frost. It looks very fancy. I'm willing to bet that this set confessed something in the thousands of dollars, so let's try not to touch any of it unless we absolutely have to. Great, Kay now wants to steal them. There we go. Well, of course it's Judy's prized possession. It was also Tangaroa's prized possession. Hey, Edgy! What is it? You be careful with that teapot, do you hear? Why is Larry so concerned all of a sudden? Honored guests. I can pour you a cup if you like. Ah, Ms. Bound. Judy! I'm good, thanks, no tea for me. You two knock yourselves out. Huh? Thank you for the offer. Guess why not? A quick break won't hurt. 2 cups coming right up. I know Judy and Gavel sound similar, I apologize. This smells great. Wow, it tastes even better than it smells. What type of tea is this, Mr. Edgeworth? It's Ceylon, I believe. It's usually identifiable by its citrus aroma, but... Miss Bound, is this the same blend you served this morning? Why, yes, is that right? There isn't anything wrong with it, is there? Oh, no, not at all. It's just that the cup you gave me earlier had a slightly different aroma. Why is the tea changing? Really? That's odd. I used the exact same blend both times. I can't see what would account for the difference. Hey, what's the big deal? Quit being mean about Judy's tea, will you? Oh, this man. What's gotten under your skin, Larry? Nothing. You're just rude, that's all. You don't even try to call me by the right name. It's Larice Durnim, dang it. It was me that coughed, but I can imagine Larry going into a coughing fit mid-stressful spiel. You know what? I'm done. I'm not talking to you anymore. You were the one that started talking to us. What happened there? Let's ask him about it later, shall we? Talking to Ms. Bound is more of a priority right now. We may not have any evidence to prove that she's the culprit, but it does seem likely that the poison gas was her doing. Yep, we've done everything here, I think. We have indeed. I just want to look at the spilled stuff first. From the color and aroma, I'd say this is a puddle of spilt tea. And look, there's a small chunk of ceramic in it. From the same design. And I think that's why Larry is stressed, because he spilt the tea. Somebody must have broke something, I know that insignia, and a certain high-strung somebody just might know a little something too. Oh yeah, it was absolutely Larry. Where were you before you rejoined us here, Ms. Bound? I had to go and tell our visitors we're closed. I would hand out a little something in apology. Was there something you wanted to talk to me about? Yes, a few things actually. Not least of all, the fact that I think you might be the one who set the poison gas trap. A poison gas incident. The original ice sculptures melted 18 years ago, correct? How did you manage to recreate them? Oh, you know about what happened back then? In that case, you might also know I took pictures of them during the contest. I commissioned the creation of a set of replicas based on those photographs for this current exhibit. But why go through the trouble of recreating replicas? Mr. Frost's Zodiac series was his great unfinished masterwork. I wanted to see it completed at last. Or rather, recompleted. It was my fault that the original set melted in the first place, after all. I see. And is there any particular reason why the winter and autumn wings look so similar? Oh, my, you really think they look alike? Perhaps I used some of the decorations from one and the other by accident. She's clearly lying. But I don't have the evidence to prove it just yet. Alright, no Judy for now. Why is there a lift cart just sitting there out in the open? Guess somebody must have been moving something heavy. A body. The top of the platform seems to be wet. A body. Or sculptures. I got a funny feeling I've seen this thing somewhere before. You mean like 18 years ago? Yeah, it's all coming back to me now. I last saw it in Frost's room. You must have used it to move the ice sculptures around. One of those fancy numbers where you can change not only the platform's height, but even its angle. If you had one of these, you could move giant lumps of ice around no sweat. Interesting. Oh, just think of the possibilities. I could really use one of these. Still doesn't explain what it's doing here, though. Bit of a head scratcher, but we should give it a think, yeah? Indeed. After all, it just might have something to do with our case. Talk to Fender. Hey there, Malzarino. What's the situation with the investigation? Things are progressing. I think a fuller picture of what happened is beginning to emerge. Good to hear. Guess I better step up my game too, then. This case seems to have a lot in common with the incident from 18 years ago. And how? It's got the lot. Melting statues in the winter wing and even the murder victim's body. How did nobody ever figure out that the body had gone missing? Frost had no family apart from his son. And, well, the kid kind of vanished. Nobody's seen him since around the time of the incident. Gusto's son, too. Him and his best pal from school both just up and disappeared. What? And they were never found? Gusto's boy wasn't. Not as far as I heard, anyhow. Guess Frost kids turned up in the end, though. He collected his inheritance at some point. But, yeah, with no family around just after the incident, Frost got no funeral, no nothing. So no need for the police to release the body, and no need for anybody to find out they didn't have it. They filed their fake autopsy report, and nobody was any the wiser. Well, almost nobody. I need to do something very quickly. No. No. I was thinking this happened 17, 18 years ago, right? And Eustace is 17 years old, but the sons were already, like, 10 or something at the point where he died, so there's no relation there, I guess. Though they do have the same... I'd say they have the pretty similar hair color, though. Much to think about. I still can't believe Mr. Von Karma would have stooped so low. I can. Von Karma we're talking about. Mr. Winnow is very clear you're only allowed to investigate this room, so I'm afraid I can't let you pass. Sorry, sir. It wouldn't make much difference if you did. You're standing in front of a wall. What the heck? Next, here, it's a selection of trophies won by Paul Halik, or rather Artie Frost. Evidently, he was a very well-respected artist. You've got one too, Mr. Edgeworth, so it's about time I won one too. Thieving contests to enter? Okay. Oh, baby girl, don't do it. It sent something up, something with a nice ceremony. Oh, what? Edgeworth's gonna give you the Best Assistant Award? Followed by a swift round of arrests. Let's talk to Delisha.
Hello there, dearie. Still investigating away, are you? Found anything interesting?
No, dearie? Well, nothing much anyway.
Silly girl, that wasn't a dearie moment. That was more of a lambkin. Sweetheart is for when you're being sympathetic, of course, and treasure is for when they're in a tiz. Love is for people you're not that keen on, and petal you use when you're trying to get someone's attention.
Wow, I didn't realize there were so many rules. Mr. Edgeworth Petal, I hope you're getting all this down. Don't even try it. Oh, I love them so much. Oh, dearie me. Let's talk to Larry again. Ugh. Sorry, I need to change my wires around because I only have 2 USB ports on this thing and I want to use my desk fan. There we go. Need to cool down a bit. I'm going to keep this simple, Larry. You're hiding something, so just tell me what it is. Wow, he's keeping his mouth shut for once. Well, could it with the glare off you two? It's weird.
Oh, come on, Kay, you know me better than that. I wasn't staring, I was struck by an idea for a picture. Now, Edgy, he was glaring.
Yes, and I'll keep glaring at you until you tell us what you're hiding.
Win it! I already told you I'm not talking to you anymore.
You're talking to me right now.
I mean, from now on, I'm not talking to you ever again, starting now.
This is getting me nowhere. I suppose I'll have to figure out what he's hiding first before I can get the whole truth out of him. Come on, Larry. What are you hiding?
Not saying.
What is this? This is no time for kids' games. Well, I certainly wasn't playing. It's pretty clear that Reese isn't going to talk to you. Oh, he'll talk. Don't you worry about that. I need to know what Larry's hiding, and I think I might have an idea of what it is. Perhaps presenting him with the right piece of evidence will force him to come clean. Okay. Let's present him with the ceramic fragment? Question mark? Would you mind taking a look at this for me, Larry?
Why would you show me that?
Tell me, what is it about Miss Bound's tea set that's got you so agitated? If you won't tell me, then perhaps you'd prefer to explain it to Judge Gavelle?
Wait! Don't make me look bad in front of Verity! She thinks I'm a sensible, cool, clean-cut guy! I don't want her to see the real me! The real low-down, dirty me!
I don't want to think about how dirty you are. I'm not so sure anybody here thinks you're particularly clean-cut, Larry. But if you don't want her to think badly of you, the best thing you can do is talk to me.
Alright, I'll talk.
Alright, Larry, enough is enough. Now confess.
Is this any way to treat your best friend, Edgy?
Is this any way for you to treat yours? By lying to him? Hiding things?
I get the picture already. Stop glaring at me like that. I'll tell you everything, okay? Earlier I thought Verity might like a cup of tea, so I went to pour one for her, but I got distracted and my hand slipped and... Smash! I broke the teapot. A priceless work of art. It's in pieces because of me.
No words exist to describe how far away I saw this coming from. Edgeworth was on the other side of the planet knowing that Larry broke the teacup. Ouch. You really messed up this time, Larice.
See, Edgy? Everyone's going to think less of me now. Judy's never going to forgive me for this.
Crying to me won't do you any good. I think you need to apologize to Ms. Bound. the begging! The manipulation, I know. Is this how you treat a best friend? Is this how you treat a best friend? Uno reverse card right back at you.
My teapot? I see.
I'm sorry, Judy. I'm so sorry. I don't have any money, but I'll paint your portrait. I'll paint you 50 portraits.
Please, Mr. Donim, it's really me who should be apologizing. How could I fail to notice that there were broken pieces of ceramics on the floor? Somebody could have been hurt. Here, let me make sure that's safely disposed of.
Oh. Nah, now why does she want to dispose of the piece? Oh, that is suspicious.
The teapot in question was designed by Artie Frost, correct? I understand it was something you've long treasured. You must be upset. Oh, I am. But of course all things break eventually. And as luck would have it, I have another identical teapot. It's far from the end of the world. Is she less attached to Mr. Frost's work than she used to be?
I can't believe this, Judy. You're the sweetest, the kindest. Oh, this other teapot that you're talking about, it's the one sitting on top of the cart right now, right?
What do you mean?
Yeah, so when I smashed the first one, I tried to hide the pieces in the bottom of the cart. And that's when I saw that other pot under there, so I took it out and basically switched the two pots.
A switcheroo, I see.
Oh, I see.
Yup, that's everything I have to tell you. I'll be extra careful not to break the other one, I promise.
Well, just don't touch them. Why are you pouring tea out of someone else's pot, Larry? You have no shame whatsoever, do you?
I'm sorry.
It's really quite all right. Thank you for being so honest.
See, Edgy? Isn't Judy the absolute best?
I trust you won't take advantage of her kindness and will make amends somehow.
I sure will. Once I make it as an artist, I'm going to give her one of my paintings. She was one of my models after all. It's only fair.
At this rate, I suspect he's likely to make more trouble than amends. Don't you think it would be better for you to keep out of her way for a very long while?
Okay, but I will be keeping out of her way, because I sketched her and the others already.
Her and the others?
Keen to see my work, huh? Yeah, I drew a few great sketches of some ravishing beauties. Wanna see?
Oh, jeez, I don't know if I do. Do you think Larry, when Gen AI started coming up, do you think he'd use it? Or do you think he'd be so dedicated to his own weird craft? Why not try to repair it? Because I think it's important for her to keep away from everyone else right now. 50-50, I agree. Like, I can't decide. I feel like he'd be the kind of guy that's like,
I have a ChatGPT girlfriend!
But also, I do genuinely think he wants to become a successful artist. Interested in Larissa's ravishing beauties, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? Ugh. I'm afraid you've greatly misjudged, Kay. I simply wish to see if Larry has captured any unusual details this time, too.
Unusual details? Nothing's unusual about these. They're my best work yet.
Really? Now I want to see them, too.
Oh, you're a sweetheart, Kay. Right, let me dig them out for you. Give me a sec, okay?
I suppose we might as well take a look. There's gonna be something in here that's important, right? Either goes all in on AI or becomes one of AI's biggest haters. Yeah. It's one or the other. Larry Butts is many, many things. But one of those things is not neutral. So these sketches of yours...
Seriously, Edgy, if you wanted to check out my art, you should have just said so from the get-go. Here, feast your eyes on this.
Okay, so Judy has candy on the cart instead of whatever else that is. Teapots. Tea. And, oh! Delisha seems to be putting something in the fountain. Excuse me? What am I looking at here?
I told you already. Ravishing beauties. Just a few of the faces that have caught my eye since I've been here, you know.
Serving literally? I know. You know what? Larry is not actually that bad of an artist. Like, that Judge Gavel is kind of stunning. Like, all of these sketches are right on the nose. Looks like she's wiping something off the fountain. Blood from the body? The body wouldn't be bloody anymore if it's been dead for 18 years, though, don't you think? There'd be nothing left.
There's Verity and Judy and somebody else.
Why did you draw them all on the same page?
Well, I meant to draw the room at first, just something to pass the time. And then I saw one beauty and another and, well, I just scribbled them all down as I went.
Not if it was preserved well enough. That's fair. So these were all drawn at different times?
Huh? Yeah, I guess. I did one of you too, Kay. You're on a different page, though.
Wow, you did? I'm flattered. How true to life are these sketches? Did you only draw what you actually saw?
Of course! You think I draw things I can't see? Like using my imagination? Nope. These are 100% true to life right down to the exact shade of each color.
So the colors are accurate. Interesting. Much as it pains me to admit it, Larry may have provided me with a useful piece of evidence yet again. The serving card in the sketch, for example, if I compare it to the one here in the room, there's a clear contradiction between the two. I think a little deduction is in order. Did I borrow this page for a while, Larry?
Sure thing. You want me to sign it for you?
Just the page, please. All right. So we go back to the tea set, I assume? All right, let's look at these connections first of all. We've got a minty fragrance, a tea smells different, and the switch teapots. Maybe this one? Yeah, there's one. I suspect the difference in aroma we noticed is due to the teapots having been switched. You do? I can't see what else it could have been. The tea itself hadn't changed. Why don't we ask Ms. Bound just to be sure? Ms. Bound? The difference in aroma we noticed, do you think it could have been because of the different teapot? I suppose so. My cup just now had a subtle minty scent. Minty? Rather like uva tea. Oh, I just remembered I made some peppermint tea in that pot only yesterday. That must be where the minty aroma is coming from. Yeah, that's not where it's coming from. I think we all know that is not where it's coming from. It's gonna be from the Ubiquium. Yep. The tea from the teapot Larry switched in from under the cart smelled faintly of mint. Right. Bound said she used that pot to make peppermint tea yesterday. Yes, but there's something else that's been troubling me. Ms. Bound seemed more taken aback by the switching of the teapots than the breaking of one. You're right. You'd expect it to be the other way around. I suspect she might have been deliberately hiding the teapot underneath the cart. But why? One of Ubiquium's key characteristics is its minty fragrance. So what if she had been hiding some in that teapot? What? The teapot? It's simply a possibility, but one worth investigating, I believe. Mr. Winner, any luck finding that Ubiquium? Huh? Oh. My people are searching the entire gallery, but they haven't found anything yet. And what about you? Don't tell me you know where it came from. I may have an idea. Huh, I knew it. If I can't find it, there's no chance a useless... What? You do know where it came from? She seems like she would care enough to fully clean her teapot. Also, the teapot broke, right? No. The teapot with the Ubiquium in it was hidden under the cart. Larry broke a different teapot and then brought out the ubiquium teapot as a switcheroo. Yes. Where? I mixed up the teapots? Well, so did Larry. Ms. Bounce teapot. Wow. Nice piece, I like it. Yeah, this looks like a fitting prize for a natural born winner. It's not a prize, it's a vital piece of evidence. Oh, it's just evidence? Then I'll have one of the forensics people check it out. Are we done?
Mr. Edgeworth, is there some sort of problem with my teapot?
Possibly. The minty fragrance we noticed coming from it, I think it might just be the scent of one of the chemicals used to make the poison Cass. Cass? Sorry, Cass, you're not poisonous, I promise.
But Mr. Edgeworth, surely you don't think I had anything to do with that?
I'm afraid I do. The method used to create the gas would have required considerable preparation. Nobody would have had the time or the opportunity to set that up except you.
That's not strictly true. It took around a week to get Zodiac Hall ready for the exhibition. There were all kinds of people coming and going through here during that time. Delisha for one. So you see, I'm not the only person who could have set it up at all.
Miss Scone is on our radar too, of course. You needn't worry about that.
And besides, I wouldn't know the first thing about making poison gas. So even if you did find some ubiquium in my teapot, I wouldn't have had any idea what to do with it.
No, I think you two are working together. I think Bound and Delisha are working together.
But I suppose we should see what the test results say first. Ms. Bound claims she doesn't know the first thing about making poison gas. I need to find a way to prove that she's lying.
Oh, banana phone. Edgeworth speaking.
So it's me.
Is everything all right, Detective?
Everybody's left the winter wing, it's just me in here now. Which means I can tell you what we found out.
He really shouldn't be sharing information about the investigation. But after the past week or so, I'm not about to stop him now.
The exhibits in here have all completely melted. All that's left in the display cases is some stuff at the bottom. More of it in the tourist case than in the Gemini case, though.
Describe this stuff for me if you can.
Yes, sir. It's like a pale blue liquid. Had the lab run some tests just now. The sample from the tourist case just had a bunch of sugar in it, but the one from the Gemini case had 3 different substances in it.
Which were?
Sugar, salt, and blood.
Blood? What is salt and blood doing in the Gemini case's sample?
Can't imagine whose blood it could possibly be, but I'll get it tested right away, sir.
Please do, Detective.
Oh, I also spoke over the radio with the forensic guy working the fountain room. He said he just got word that the sugar they found in the mountain matches the sugar in the pale blue liquid.
I see. That might well prove to be a significant development. Just made some lunch, what did I miss? We think Judy made the poison gas. That's about it. Larry gave us a drawing. And he also broke a teapot. And that's what you missed on Glee.
That might well prove...
Oh, sorry, that's Edgeworth. That might well prove to be a significant development. Got it. Anything else to report, Detective?
Yes, sir. We found one of those light-emitting devices here in the winter wing, too.
There were a few of those being used in the autumn wing to disguise it as the winter wing, I recall. It seems that the equipment from 18 years ago was more than just for show. I need to talk to Miss Scone about this.
Anyhow, I better be getting back to it. I'll let you know as soon as we hear from the lab about that blood.
Yes, thank you, Detective. Everything happened so fast. Was that Gummy? Seems like he had a lot to say. He did, and all of it very useful. Huh? I'm going to prove that Ms. Bound's claims about who could have set up that poison trap are false. I'll need to talk to a certain somebody else who was here 18 years ago. Okay, well, I'll do that second. I want to look at the teapot first. I want to deduce what's on the teapot. Present. Larry, could I ask you something about your sketches?
Fascinated by the work of the great Laurice Dernim, huh? It's the composition, right?
Not exactly. This light blue tablecloth, you painted that exactly as you saw it, correct?
I already told you, everything is exactly as I saw it.
But the tablecloth in the cart here in this room is white.
Wow. Your head's so full of crazy theories that simple stuff just passes you right by, huh?
Ugh, what's that look for?
Listen, just because I drew that sketch, I was in the middle of some business with the cart with the tea set first, okay?
That's not how you say that. I'm getting so sleepy, my brain isn't working.
What kind of business?
Sorry.
That's right. It was the hiding the pieces of the teapot I smashed kind.
That's nothing to boast about.
Anyway, I was still in the middle of cleaning it all up when Judy came out of the winter wing. I didn't want to get busted for breaking the pot, so I quickly dove out of sight.
That's not that out of sight, my guy. Wait, Ms. Bound came out of the winter wing.
Yeah, and she was pushing a cart. A different one. That's the one with the light blue tablecloth on it that I drew.
And what did she do with this second servant cart?
Well, I saw her wheel it into the summer wing. I don't know what happened to it after that. When she came back out, she was pushing one of those other carts, the kind you can lift stuff with.
A lift cart?
Yeah, so I called out to her, but she just ran off and left it behind. Never had her down as the shy type, but it just goes to show, you never know.
Another serving cart and a lift cart. Is there maybe another tea set too? We'd better check it with Ms. Bound. Okay, so we have to look at Bound and we have to look at Scone. Well, Bound is closer, so we'll go there first.
Oh my goodness.
I am so sleepy, get me out. Are there two serving carts here at the gallery, Ms. Bound?
Oh, yes. Why do you ask?
A certain so-called artist showed us the sketch. I couldn't help but notice the colour of the tablecloth. It's light blue.
Light blue? I'm afraid your friend must be mistaken. I only use white tablecloths, freshly laundered and starched.
Have we been all cursed with the sleepy? Potentially. Like, I can actually feel my eyes closing and my head, like, bumping backwards. Like, even as I'm speaking, I'm like, ooh. My head is heavy.
Exactly. If I saw so much as a blemish, I would replace it right away.
Could the colour of the tablecloth in the sketch simply be mistaken on Larry's part? Nah. I don't trust Larry's testimony, that's it. But I do blame him for saying the line. Unless he has decided to testify and it's on a shirt somewhere, you know?
Let me see. I appear to be carrying out my usual duties.
I'd like to ask you a little more about those duties, if I may. Your work. What exactly were you doing when this sketch was drawn?
Because from what I can see, your cart doesn't have a set of tea on it. I was delivering someone chocolates to the investigating officers.
Oh, now I'm just jealous. I don't have chocolate.
Well, there are a few left over, so here. For you both.
Yum! I really hope it's good chocolate.
I made them myself. I hope you like them.
Woohoo! Thanks, Ms. Bound. Well, why not? They're a little melted, but I suppose that's because they've been sitting around in her pocket. Interesting. They're super sweet. I love them.
I'm very glad to hear it.
They may not be the prettiest, but I'm grateful for the energy boost nonetheless. I keep beginning to say the words that just aren't there because I just keep closing my eyes and just going for it. So perhaps I could do with a little less sugar. Alright, that's all of that. Back to Scone again. Miss Scone, I'd like you to ask a few questions, if I may.
Of course, dear, fire away.
Anything for you, Miss Smiley?
And dear, sweet little tooth decay. Tooth decay?
That's a terrible nickname. I'd appreciate it if that was the last time you called me Milesy Smilesy. I'm not a fan of tooth decay either.
Well, you just have to like it or lump it. I can't change your nickname once I've settled it. Well, I guess we tried.
Oh my goodness, my head actually just dropped then. Gotta get y'all's 50 cc's of sleep stat. No, I need 50 cc's of awake. I do not want to fall asleep on stream. What can you tell us about the various devices used to decorate the gallery's exhibitions? There seems to be some pretty specialized items in use. Light-emitting devices, luminous fabrics.
Oh, I can tell you all about those, dearie. After all, I'm the one who gave them to Moody Judy. It was my way of saying sorry after I broke the rules all those years ago. I bought her 4 lovely new salt lamps, and I gave her the 4 pieces of luminous cloth I used for the contest.
Wow, that's super generous of you.
Tee-hee-hee. Well, us girls do have to do our best, don't we? Not everybody understands, of course.
That had better not be a dig at me, Delish. I told you how kind I thought that was.
Yes, back when you were a dear, sweet, innocent baby boy. What happened to you, eh?
Dear, sweet, innocent baby boy? Mr. Fender? Can't quite picture that, I have to say. So these decorations, they're all of the same ones as you saw 18 years ago, correct? Yup. Salt lamps, glowing fabric, light-emitting doodads, the whole bit. There were 4 luminous cloths in use in the autumn wing, but I'm sure I saw another one somewhere.
I'm not lying.
Oh, sorry. This is just a repeat. That's not it. So 3 of them are up in one of the wings, and Delisha has the other one. Miss Scone, you're something of a specialist. How might someone learn to make the poison gas that was used in the attack, Any ideas?
Well, any pharmacist who's handed Infecticide Ultra would know for a start. After all, it says right here on the label, do not mix with products containing ubiquium. Ever.
But what about a layperson? It's unlikely they'd know, wouldn't you say?
I suppose so, yes. Well, not unless they had a nose through their ultimate cookbook anyway.
The price from the Countess 18 years ago.
The recipe for making Infesticide Ultra, along with that, not mixing with ubiquium bit, isn't there, you know?
Ah, it's in the cookbook, I see. So you're familiar with the contents of the book?
Oh, yes, dear. I know it inside out. Because I work for the Tangaroa Group, you see. We're the company behind Cold Killer X. I'm sure you've heard of it.
Cold Killer X? Fights back sniffles and sneezes with ease, apparently.
After Sammy Pooper was found guilty, the company took custody of the book. But they only grant their most trusted people access to it, of course.
Which means Miss Scone is one of those elites, I suppose. What now? Nope. We talk to these 2. Do you mind, Mr. Winner? You're in my way. I do mind, actually, and I'm not going anywhere. You just have to get around me. Okay, so this is just a whole lot of nothing burger. Text that is unnecessary. Let's see if we can make any connections. No, we cannot. How about Gavel? Don't think you've gotten away with anything, Mr. Edgeworth. I'll be reporting your actions to the committee. Do whatever you need to do, Judge Gavel. And we'll do the same. You are the self-styled great thief, correct? Mr. Edgeworth associated with such a character will be of interest to the commander, of course. Go ahead and report me to your stupid committee. I'll be the end of the thievering community. Looks like Judge Gavelle will have to think up some new threats if she wants to intimidate Kay. Intimidate? I'm saying so many words wrong. Oh. I don't know how I am supposed to wake up. Like, I am ridiculously sleepy for no reason. Get me out. Larry's done. Let's do the statues. There's not gonna be anything around here, is there? We've got statues that don't mean anything. We've got more sculptures that probably don't mean anything. James was fascinated by fantasy and mythology. I was also fascinated by mythology as a young teen. Bright lights? It's a sculpture of a brave warrior grappling a serpent. Did Paul Halik make this one? Seems as fascinated. Oh, it's this thing again. You. Body's been taken back to the lab, autopsy's underway, and how's the test of the fountain looking? Rather beautiful, and actually, sir, the water's crystal clear and kind of soothing, almost as if there wasn't a body floating into it long ago. Here. It's a man with a moon-shaped hand and a woman with a sun-shaped head. Aww. The man's got a real pained look in his eye, though. Is this another Paul Halik piece? Yes, but from his younger self when he was something of a dreamer. He developed those closer to him by means of a motive taken from nature. Oh, bright lights to help keep me awake. No, I have my main room light on. Plus, I'm staring at a screen right now, so you'd think it would keep me awake. I guess not. The piece is titled My Parents. Aww, sun and moon. We looked at those. We looked at this. Flowers. Tulips by the door. It leads to the spring wing. Spring, a popular time to move house, which makes it an open season for thieves. Okay. Housebreaking is a little beneath a great thief, wouldn't you say? I guess you're right. Not this house. I'd say this house is good enough for breaking. Okay, that's all done. Trophies, another plant. Door here's marked with a nice autumn tree. It leads to the winter wing. I suppose it's all part of the deception. I could steal the leaves if you like. Okay, just swap the trees. You don't have to steal shit. Alright, there's that one. What about this tree? This thing in front of the door is a fir tree. They're usually associated with winter, but this door leads to the autumn wing. I suppose it's all part of someone's elaborate ruse. I could paint it red. Just swap the trees. Like, guys, just swap the damn trees. Hello? Can't go in through that door. We've finished talking to Larry. Can't go in through that door. Oh! Since the elevator is only accessible to select individuals, I wonder what's upstairs. Among other things, the medical room. That's where Mr. Gusto is being treated. I hope he's all right. We got some questions that need answering as soon as he wakes up. There's no way of knowing that might be. We should explore other avenues. I am exploring all the avenues, my guy. I have so many avenues and they are all being explored. They put sunflowers by the door, a fitting adornment for the entrance to the summer wing, I suppose. Summer is also vacation time, and every great thief knows that means tourists with bulging wallets. Okay. Must you say so many incriminating things in front of so much law enforcement? I swear we've done everything, no? Like, everyone's ticked off. Everyone and everything is ticked off. Can we leave? Nope. We can just watch Edgeworth walking forwards. I think there was an unticked prompt nearby Fender. Fender is the unticked prompt. Good job, Atare. Thank you. I thought we had found it when we went to the sunflowers. Not the greatest use of bulging. Is there really? Charizard, is there ever a good use of the word bulging? Like, either it's used in a sexual context, or it is used in a context that then makes it sound sexual. Tell me, Fender, what kind of person is Ms. Bound? Huh? Wait a minute. Don't tell me you've got a thing for her, Milester. I do not. Fender, you've been around this man long enough. Like... you know he's straight as a piece of string. Chill, chill. I'm just yanking your chain. Anyway, what can I say about Jude's? Well, she's a real brave trooper for one. What else do you call someone who waits around for 18 whole years like she has for Samson? Even after his extended family kicked her out of this place. What? They threw her out? Yep. Jude's wasn't technically part of the family, so there was nothing she could do. She had nothing. Nobody. And no job after Samson took the fall. So she had no choice but to take what he'd taught her and make her own way in showbiz. She's retired from all that now, though. Yes. Why did she retire? She'd finally made enough to buy the old place back. She even got the ultimate cookbook back from the Tangaroa group after they basically stole it. Guess this place and everything to do with it was all she ever cared about. So she just wanted it back. All of it. Bender seems very sympathetic to Ms. Bound's plight. But from a less charitable perspective, she has, in a way, taken everything of Tangaroa's for herself. I didn't think of it like that. He knows what he's saying? Yeah, probably. Alright, we've got two connections now. Bound's actions and the ultimate... Oh! She took the cookbook, and the cookbook has the gas recipe in it. The ultimate cookbook contained instructions on how to create the poison gas, and the current owner of that book is none other than Ms. Judy Bound. No way! You mean... I'm afraid I do. Ms. Bound would have been perfectly capable of setting up the gas trap. How the heck did she get the book from a major corporation? From what it sounds like, she earned enough in showbiz to buy it all back. So I assume she bought it from them. And, well, they did say, Fender did say it was essentially stolen from Tangaroa himself. So it could have been legal stuff to get it back. Either she paid for the book or she paid for lawyers to get the book. Finally, we can prove that she's been lying to us. Finally. Hey, Bound. Oh shit, can we not prove it? Wait, I thought we could prove it. I'm gonna present her this. What kinds of pharmaceutical recipes are in the Ultimate Cookbook? Oh, there are so many. It would take a while to go through them all. But if you really want to know, then let's start the show. Come join me as we sing the song. It's a nifty, thrifty a 2-hour song? Listen, I know we're going through an epidemic of songs getting shorter and shorter nowadays, but making one that's 2 hours long is not the answer. Why is it in song form? Because her and Tangaroa are performing artists. Now, one by one, we'll sing the things that the world's best little cookbook brings. What do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? Want to listen to the rest? No, that won't be necessary. What? That didn't do anything? So, but I thought connecting those two together proved her guilt. But I presented it to her and it did nothing. What am I doing wrong? What does Kay want? notice anything. Reminds me of the time someone wanted to know if I'd do a commission for a 7.5-minute song's backing track. Wow. Did you do it? I have all the information I need, now it's just a matter of logically piecing it together in order to illuminate the truth. But how? I didn't have the skills or the tools at the time. Fair enough. Talk to Fender and Miss Scone and see what they say on the matter. More Scone? No. Nothing for Scone unless I'm supposed to present something to Scone. Oh, I'm meant to talk to Fender again? Nope. I actually found the song completely on my own at a later date, and I think I could maybe give it a go. Ooh! That might be fun. I'm so confused then. It's like am I meant to do something here? One swanky teapot, that's one way of putting it. I lean more in towards eccentric. There's something else you can show, Judy? Maybe. Oh, cool! I just got a Steam achievement for examining the teapot as both Miles and Gregory, and it's called like Father Like Son. That was cool. And his work seems to be everywhere here in the Zodiac Hall. Okay, that's it. Maybe something here? Top of the platform is wet. Maybe someone used it to move something liquidy around, but the question is who and what? Anything else to look at? Nope. There's something else you can show Judy. Is there? Shit, I didn't mean to press that. I need to present something else. Maybe the ingredients? Nope, she's singing. About absolutely nothing. And they are both singing. Have I inadvertently stumbled onto the set of Cake Crimes the Musical? Potentially. Sorry. Maybe the chocolates? Did you like them? They were super sweet. I loved them. Bless you, thank you. Very happy to hear it. Samson is such a sweet tooth, he wouldn't have them any other way. They may not look the best at the moment, but her love for her family shines through in how they taste. Okay. G Charizard, obviously you know what to do. Is presenting something to Judy correct? Or do I need to go to someone or something somewhere else? I need a backseating moment a little bit. You need to present something to someone. Okay. But what do I present? Did I present the teapot? Yep. That sucked. Maybe the finger marks? Nope. They said talk to Delisha. So maybe I present the book to Delisha? It has to be the book. Have you read The Ultimate Cookbook by Scone? I'm a pharmacist, even if I do wear a big pink hat. I think it's cool you're a pharmacist. So do I, dearie, so do I. Aren't you, sweetheart? Since when were you interested in pharmaceuticals? Always, man. Oh, sorry, Kay. I thought he was talking to Delisha, and I was like, it's been her job. for at least 18 years. I was wondering if you could maybe... Okay. This doesn't mean anything. Oh, maybe I present Miss Scone the picture? Because she's wiping the fountain. Okay, I forgot about that. I forgot about that lead.
Oh, look at that! A picture of silly old me!
That's right. You seem to have caught the artist's eye.
My lovely Laurie Lambkin. I'd love to have a word with him and say thanks.
Well, I'd be glad to introduce you. And there's the evil smirk.
That didn't do anything?
Like she's either wiping something or she's putting one of the cloths in the fountain. Maybe I present the cloth? You had a piece of fabric like this in your bag, did you not? Albeit somewhat grimier. How rude, you won't get people to cooperate with your investigation like that. Shall I call it a dish towel? Perhaps you use it to wipe up some sort of spillage.
Spillage, she says. The cheek. That's a piece of highly specialized luminous cloth. Oh, I probably shouldn't have told you that.
I think I'd like to know a little more about this highly specialized luminous cloth, if you don't mind. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Why didn't you want me to know you had a piece of luminous cloth in your bag?
Oh, I suppose there's no point in hiding it now, is there? If you must know, I fished it out of the fountain.
Oh. Yeah, that's the third possibility of what that drawing could have been. Putting something in the fountain, wiping the fountain, or taking something out of the fountain. Whoopsies. Good night, Mare. Sleep well.
It was right before they called me into the autumn wing.
So Larry's sketch of Miss Scone is of when she was trying to retrieve the cloth.
At first I thought it was one of the ones I'd given Moody Judy.
One of the 4 you'd given to the gallery, correct? The body was wrapped in the cloth, potentially. I would not be surprised if that was true.
Exactly. But all 4 were being used in the autumn wing, weren't they? So I realized it must be the one that went missing all those years ago. I'd already had my infesticide ultra pinched and used to make poison gas. If one of my cloths turned out to have been used in some sort of dastardly deed too, well, I was going to look guilty as sin, wasn't I? So I kept it hidden in my bag and hoped for the best.
I see.
Oh, it does feel good to get it off my chest, though. Stress is no good for the complexion.
So the cloth that disappeared 18 years ago, the one that the victim was wrapped in. Okay, he was wrapped in it 18 years ago, so he was probably still wrapped in it today. I think Bob's right. Just happens to reappeared, that's bad grammar, in the fountain at the same time as the body. Okay. And what do we do about that? Nothing, because the investigation's complete. Hallelujah. And that's that. All that's left now is to await the results of the tests on the teapot. To be continued. Oh my goodness. Thank you. I didn't realize that was going to be a to be continued. Oh, hallelujah. No, get me out. Get me out of this game. Let me rest. Zeph can go sleep now. I'm actually not that sleepy anymore. I got really sleepy. And then I sat up in my chair. And then I was a little less sleepy. Don't save. Because we already did save. The second wind. It's like... It's not wind number 2. It's more like wind number 1.5. Like, I'm definitely still tired. But, like... I'm not literally falling asleep in my chair. It's kind of funny how many times during stream that's happened, and it's always Ace Attorney games. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the fact that it's the text, the fact that I have to read stuff aloud. It's the fact that the visual novel instead of something like Slime Rancher where I actively have to move around and shoot things and stuff like that. I'm thinking that might be why. But, like, I remember it happening once as well during the... This was years ago now. During, I forget what it's called. What's it called? During a... What was the stream? What was the case? I forget what the case was called. It's left me. It's the one with the French guy. Where Maya's a maid. It's that one. I remember I was falling asleep mid-stream talking to, like, the tech woman. That's what I remember. I don't know, something about that case. All right, we have got a good few people to, good few options to raid out to. I think we rated you in the last 30 days. We have not rated you. All right. So we can watch someone's comeback to streaming. That's fun. Like, she's talking about all her goals for the year and stuff. Maybe I should do that one day. We've got some Escape Simulator 2. We've got a game called Pacific Drive. We've got some cross-stitching. We've got some Resident Evil 4. Some Clover Pit, but I think I've rated to you in the last 30 days. Some Super Battle Golf. Some Valheim. I've definitely rated you recently. And this person's on a BRB, so I won't say them. But yeah, does anyone have any preferences for a game? Does anyone have any preferences of a game we raid out to? I'm down for Valheim, let's go. I think we have rated Azaran Wraith in the last 30 days, but it had been ages since we'd rated them before that one time. I'm so down. Because Wraith is just such a chill time. Yes, I've rated them once in the last 30 days. That's fine. That is fine. Thank you all so much for coming to the stream today. Thank you for the resubs. Thank you for the bits. Thank you, as always, for the general love that I've gotten from all of you. I'm glad you all enjoyed the stream, enjoyed the murder, enjoyed the mystery. We will be sending our love over to Azaran Wraith, who is a lovely chill PNG tuber who is currently playing Valheim. So this is the raid message for those who are followers of the stream, and then this is the sub-raid message for those who are subscribers of the stream. So purple hearts for followers, red hearts for subs. Next Thursday, not next Thursday, this Thursday, in 3 days' time, we will be once again trying to play Dark Story on mouse and keyboard after the last stream fell through. That's going to be an interesting time. Oh boy, stressful. But a lot of fun, I'm sure. If you want to join the Discord, we currently have a vote up for this month's Community Day, though I will say there is a clear winner right now, and it is Repo. But your vote might change that, potentially. You can also follow me on my various socials. I am most active on Blue Sky and TikTok, I'd say, but I'm everywhere. Thank you everyone so much for coming. I hope you all have a good day or night. See you around.